or what, that's okay. Just bring some attention to that, whatever that may be. So tuning more into that breath, I'm just going to demonstrate on Nadi Shodhana, so alternate nostril breathing if you're not familiar. So we'll take our right hand and then we'll notice again the thumb and both the index finger here. So we'll first start with really deeply inhaling, again, bringing the air all the way up through the crown of the head. And then exhale, let the shoulders just melt down into the props, the mat, the floor, the block. One more breath just like that, just to clear everything up here. Deep inhale. And then exhale. This time we'll take that thumb. We're going to close off that right nostril and we'll inhale through that left. So inhale here. Exhale through that left nostril. Another inhale through that left nostril. Holding the air at the top, now taking the index finger, closing off that left, and then exhale through the right. Inhaling through the right. Exhaling through the right. Inhaling again through the right. Closing off the right, and then exhaling through that left nostril. Inhaling through the left. Exhaling left. Inhale left. Closing the left and exhaling through the right. One more set here. Inhaling right. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Closing off the right and then exhaling through the left. Last nostril here. Inhaling left. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. Holding that inhale, go ahead and let go of the hands here. And then exhale. And now we'll just come back to that regular breathing. If your eyes are closed, it could remain closed or soft gaze. Now taking another scan of our body, again, both mental and physical. If you've been in this seated position and you're cross-legged, let's switch the cross of the legs. And this time, with your next breath, go ahead and shine that heart forward. Inhale, upper body to that left side. On your next breath, pull that navel to spine, rounded back. Take the chin to chest. And then on the exhale, move forward through the right side. And then shine that heart forward. So we'll continue with these spinal circles. Again, just move at your pace. Feel free to linger in a specific side just a little bit longer. The next time the heart is forward, we're going to switch the direction. The next time the crown of the head is lifted right in the center, we'll take a deep inhale here. Sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, let everything again melt down towards the mat and out. One more time, deep inhale, sitting up nice and tall, and then exhale, melting everything down and out. On the next breath, inhaling, chin to chest. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, gaze up towards that ceiling. And then exhale, right ear to right shoulder. And then inhale, chin to chest. Continue now with these head circles. Again, moving as fast or as slow as you need. Maybe taking an extra breath in your favorite side or favorite shape. And the next time the chin is to the chest, we will switch directions. When the crown of the head is lifted, we'll take a deep inhale here. Exhale again as you let everything melt down and out. This time on your next breath, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up over the head, maybe even gaze towards that ceiling. And then on the exhale, we'll twist over to the left side of the room. Inhale, move that upper body through center, lifting arms up over the head. And then gaze over to the right as you twist to the right. Good. Moving with the breath, inhale again as you move and lift arms up over the head. This time, we're going to lateral bend over to the left side of the room. Inhale, move upper body through center, and then exhale, lateral bend over to the right. So now we know the flow. We're going to inhale again, moving through center, starting from the top, and then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, moving through center like a moving meditation, and then exhale, twist over to the right. Inhaling, moving through center. Exhale, lateral bend over to the left. Inhale, moving center. And then exhale, lateral bend over to the right. Let's do this one more set. Inhale, move, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, moving through center. And then exhale, moving to the right. Inhale again, moving through center. Exhale, lateral bend. Inhale, moving center. And then exhale, lateral bend. Good. This time, listen for the change. Inhale, move through center, lift arms up over the head. Go ahead and stretch both legs out. And then exhale, fold over any amount. You may be sitting on a prop too. That's okay. Just go ahead and let your upper body rest. Let the head hang nice and heavy. And again, you can invite a roundness in the back if that feels better, or stretch out as much as you'd like. We'll stay here in this forward fold for a good 2 more breaths. So deep inhale here. Exhaling down and out. One more time, inhaling. And then exhale. This time on that next inhale, pull that navel to spine, slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, dragging the arms along with you. Crown of the head is last to lift. And once the crown of the head is lifted, let's go ahead and circle the shoulders. Maybe even shaking off the legs if that feels nice. And next time, let's take the circles the opposite direction. Big or small. Good. One last circle here. And then when you're ready, meet me right in the center. Shake it out if you'd like. All right, you're gonna meet me in tabletop position in whatever way makes sense to you. If you like to pat up your knees, go for it. Let's keep some blocks accessible in front of us possibly. There we go. All right, so making sure both hands are right underneath the shoulders. We'll go ahead and continue with our spinal movement here. So if cat-cow resonates with you, go ahead and take it into your cat-cow. Or if you want to continue with those spinal circles, go ahead and take it. Again, just move at your own pace, making this your own little flow. Good. Whatever you're doing, whatever spinal flow you're doing, we'll take it for about 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, meet me right in the center. Really engage those arms, internally rotate so the eyes and elbows are towards the front of the room. Spread the fingers, maybe even curl the toes underneath for a little bit more balance. We'll take a deep breath here, and on your next breath, extend that right leg out behind you. Toes curled underneath, again, for extended balance here. Make sure you're okay here. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, you can go ahead and lift that right leg up. Not too high here, about the same level as your spine. Neck nice and neutral. Crown of the head towards the front of the room. Good. If you want to add another little balancing element to this, you can take that left hand and reach it out. Fingertips. And if there's any shakes, just breathe right into it. Think about the center of that body. Good. One more breath in your shape. Deep inhale here. And then when you're ready, lower the arm, lower the leg down, and then back to meet the other leg. Deep inhale, tabletop. On the exhale, take the hips back into your child's pose. And really extend those arms out. Melt the heart down towards the mat a little bit more. And if you can roll out your wrist if you'd like. We were in that tabletop for a little bit, so feel free to roll out the wrist. If bending at the elbows feel good, go ahead and take it. Take what you need at this moment. Take another deep inhale in your child's pose. And then on the exhale, slowly go ahead, let yourself rise back up into your tabletop position. Re-engage those arms. So both hands underneath the shoulders, eyes of the elbows towards the front of the room, toes curled underneath. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, extend now that left leg or the other leg, whatever you didn't start with. Again, notice your balance here as well. Soft gaze on that mat. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and lift that left leg up about the same level as your spine. Toes pointed down, nice and engaged. And if you like a little bit more balance, you can take that right arm out, fingertips, stretching out the opposite way as your leg. Good. Deep inhale here. When you're ready, take the arm back down. Let's take the leg back down to meet the other. Go ahead and move through another little spinal movement, maybe wagging of the tail, cat-cow, spinal circles. Good. Deep inhale in the center. Exhale. Go ahead and sit back again into your child's pose, giving our wrist a little bit of a rest. Maybe circle it out. Take what you need. Again, with each exhale, just melting that heart down just a little bit more. Good. Deep inhale here. When you're ready, slowly go ahead and let upper body rise back up into your tabletop. This time, notice where you are in your mat. You may need to move yourself back a little bit more because you're going to go ahead, place yourself onto your belly, and then take both hands right on top of each other, forehead on these pillows that you've made for yourself. Now that blanket that was under your knees, you can place it underneath your pelvis if you'd like. See how that feels. Again, let the head just rest nice and heavy and move the hips from side to side. Again, keep head down. I just want to see, make sure you're okay. And this time, go ahead and meet me right in the center, tops of the feet on the mat or the floor. Bend both arms so that both hands are right underneath the shoulders, forehead on the mat. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, go ahead and lift that upper body into your little baby cobra. And then on the exhale, go ahead, take it back down, forehead onto the mat. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, lift upper body again. Hands hovering over the mat. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, go ahead and lower down, forehead onto the mat. I'll add some variations to the next two if you'd like to follow along. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, keep the hands down onto the mat. Push off of that mat, maybe inviting a little deeper of a back bend into your cobra pose. If you're in cobra, feel free to gaze from side to side. And if you're looking, meet me right in the center. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, slowly go ahead and lower down. Forehead back on to that mat. Deep inhale here. Exhale, stay exactly where you are. Going to show another variation, or you can stick to whatever you've been doing. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, keep the hands down. Maybe move the hands a little bit forward into your Sphinx pose. See how that feels? And if you're in a Sphinx pose, feel free to take the chin down to the chest. And then on your next breath, little gaze up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhaling again here. And then exhaling. Good. This time, take that gaze down towards the mat, forehead back onto the mat, hands underneath the shoulders. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, meet me back into your tabletop position. Good. Once you've settled into your tabletop, nice and supported, curl the toes underneath. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, take the hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Good. If you're in downward facing dog, go ahead and pedal out the feet. Shake the head yes, no if you'd like. Or if stillness is your jam this morning, just go ahead and stay right there. When you're ready, meet me at the center, looking up in between the hands. Meet me onto your tippy toes and then walk up to meet your hands for your forward fold. Invite a little bend in the knees right here. Feel free to grasp your opposite elbows if it feels nice and sway from side to side. Good. Still coming back to that breath, even in this inversion. And then whenever in your center, let go of the elbows, pull that navel to spine slowly. Let's roll up one vertebra at a time. Crown of the head is last to lift. And once you get to the top, deep inhale here. And then exhale again as you take the breath down and away. Good. One more time. Deep inhale here. And then exhale again. Moving through some half sun salutations here. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up over the head. On that exhale, dive into your forward fold, really leading with the heart. Inhale for your half lift. Feel free to use the blocks. Exhale, forward fold, right? I know I have to lift it with me too. On your next breath, go ahead, rather roll up one vertebra at a time or reverse swan dive, lifting arms up over the head, gazing towards that ceiling, and then exhale, both hands right in the center for Anjali Mudra, prayer position. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. Deep inhale here. Exhale. One more time, deep inhale here. And then exhale, stay for that Tadasana. Good. When you're ready, sweep the arms up over the head. Exhale, dive into your forward fold. Maybe invite that bend in the knees. See how that feels. Inhale for your half lift. Even use those blocks to help. Exhale, forward fold. When you're ready, reverse swan dive or roll up one vertebra at a time, sweeping arms up and over. And then exhale, both hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. 2 breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhale, melt. Inhaling one more time. And then exhale, stay for the stand. Good. Inhale, sweeping arms up over the head. Exhale, dive into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. On your next breath, reverse swan dive or roll up one vertebra at a time, sweeping arms up and over. And then exhale, hands down, Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Take 2 breaths here, and we'll get ready to add on to this little flow of ours. When you're ready, inhale, sweeping arms up over the head. Exhale, dive into your forward fold, leading with the heart. Inhale for your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. When you're ready, reverse swan dive. Keep the bend in your legs and then take your arms up into your chair pose. So again, taking hips back. Notice again right here. Staying in your chair legs, deep inhale here. On the exhale, let's twist over to the left side of the room. Inhale, keeping the chair legs, take arms up and over, and then exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, sweeping both arms, still staying in chair. This time, couple options here. On your next breath, you can take it up to your regular Tadasana as you take the hands in the center. Option to lift that left leg up for your one-legged Tadasana. Just a little balancing pose, that's all. Good, all great options here. If you took that balance, slowly go ahead, take that leg back down. Stay in your Tadasana for a breath. And then when you're ready, inhale, sweeping arms up over the head. Exhale, dive into your forward fold. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, go ahead, bend the legs, sweep arms up into your chair pose. And then on the exhale, let's twist over to the right side of the room. Inhale, take arms through center. Exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale, sweeping arm up. Exhale, hands through center, take it into your regular Tadasana or lift up that right leg for a little bit of a balance challenge. If you're in your one-legged Tadasana, stay here for another breath. And then exhale, take that leg down. Take a breath in your regular Tadasana. And then exhale, melting everything down. We'll move through it 2 more times. Inhale, sweeping arms up, over. Exhale, dive into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, bend the legs, sweep upper body up into your chair pose. And then exhale, let's twist over to the left. Inhale, moving through center. And then exhale, twisting over to the right. Inhale, moving upper body through center. Exhale, straighten the legs. Take the arms through center, Tadasana or one-legged Tadasana, lifting that left leg up, your choice. Stay here for a breath. And then when you're ready, take that leg down and then stay in your regular Tadasana for another breath. One more set. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, dive into your forward fold. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. When you're ready, lift up upper body. Really bend those legs, sitting back into your chair pose. Feel the difference here. And then on the exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, staying in chair. And then exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale, still staying in chair. On the exhale, straighten the legs, taking hands through center, Anjali Mudra, staying in your Tadasana or lifting that right leg up for your one-legged Tadasana. If you're in one-legged, stay here for one more breath. And then when you're ready, take that leg back down, stay in your Tadasana for another breath. And then on your next breath, let go of the arms. Let's shake out the legs. How you doing? A little bit, right? I know that balance for me is. All right, yeah, feel free to roll out that. Yeah, no, you're not. And we'll take it into a little bit more of a wider stance here. And then we'll go ahead and just kind of do these little twists, little swinging twist. Feel free to bend a little bit deeper as you take it to one side. Amazing. All right. And we're gonna kind of somewhat reverse everything we did. So if you have the blocks in your Shavasana, we're not quite going into Shavasana just yet. But we're gonna move a little bit things to the side. From here, deep inhale, keep that wide-legged stance here. Maybe add a little back bend if you'd like here, only if it feels good. And then on your next breath, really dive into that forward fold, really stretching out like someone's pulling you, and then taking it all the way down to wide-legged forward fold. And your wide-legged forward fold, feel free to rest the head, grab whatever is accessible, ankles, mat, again, blocks, if hopefully you didn't put it off to the side too much, and bend and straighten one leg, taking the hips from side to side. If you're swinging from side to side, meet me right in the center. Place the palm of the hands right in the center and go ahead and walk yourself into a downward facing dog. And in your downward facing dog, really feel the grippy mat underneath the palms. Feel the mat underneath the soles of the feet. Let the head hang nice and maybe even shake it off if it feels good. And then when you're ready, go ahead slowly with control, take it back down onto your knees. Again, feel free to place a blanket underneath the knees if you'd like. Back into your tabletop position. All right, this time we'll take that right hand, place it in front of the face. Deep inhale here. On your exhale, twist over to the left, taking left arm up. And then on the exhale, let's thread the needle. Left shoulder onto the mat, maybe even taking the head onto the mat if it feels nice. We'll stay here for a couple breaths. So whatever version you've got for thread the needle, maybe a bind is in your practice, maybe extending that right leg out if you're just wanting another balance pose, or just enjoying your thread the needle exactly where you are. Good. One more breath here, deep inhale. And then on the exhale, slowly unwind as you take that heart towards that left side of the room, lifting left arm up. And then on the exhale, take it back down into your tabletop position. Maybe move through some kind of spinal movement or enjoy stillness. Good. This time we'll take that left hand in front of the face. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, twist open to the right, taking right arm up, and then exhale, right shoulder down onto the mat. Whatever you did on the other side, if it feels good to do it on this side, a bind. Extending that left leg out. Taking what you need here. Deep breath here. And then on your next breath, slowly go ahead and rise back up as you twist open to that right side of the room, taking right arm up, and then exhale. Top hand down back into your tabletop position. Again, move through some spinal movement, wagging of the tail, spinal circles, cat-cow. Good. Deep inhale, tabletop. On the exhale, go ahead and sit back onto the heels or on a block if it's too much for your knees or if you're super tall. And we'll just kind of roll our wrist out here. Give our wrist a little bit of love. And then we'll take that right hand, go ahead and give me a nice stop sign, and feel free to take that other hand and take the fingers back just a little bit. Good. When you're ready, let's go ahead and switch by taking the fingers down and just guiding it real quickly. Good. This time, inhale. Let's go ahead and take both arms up into a V. And then on your exhale, take that right arm behind you. Feel free to go ahead and stretch this out. Stretching out. I know mine's a little tight this morning. Good. Inhale. Go ahead and take the arms out into a V. And then on the exhale, let's take it to the other arm. Good. Inhale, take the arms out into a V. And this time we'll take that left hand back into that stop sign. Take the other hand and just guide the fingers back. Good. When you're ready, let's go ahead and flip, taking the fingers down, stretching the other side. Good. And let's shake off the hands here. Wiggle the fingers, get the blood flowing back into the tips. Ooh, and then we'll make our way onto our back. And again, whatever way makes sense to you, make sure you at least have your blocks close by. And of course, your Shavasana supply is ready. All right. And once we're on our back, go ahead and bend both legs, soles of the feet on to the mat. We'll start with some bridges. So go ahead and start with the hands down to the side, palms facing down. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, go ahead and lift the hips up for your first bridge. Again, making sure knees are straight out, not off to the sides. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, slowly go ahead, lower down one vertebra at a time, still feeling full control of the body as you let the hips down on to the mat. Once you get there, deep inhale here. Exhale, melt the shoulders down towards the mat. Bridge number 2. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, slowly go ahead, let pelvis rise up into your bridge. Option to take the arms up towards the ceiling and then exhale, stretch them up above the head. Deep inhale here. And then on your next breath, slowly go ahead, lower down one vertebra at a time. And if you lifted the arms up over the head, slowly take them back down to the sides of the body. Deep inhale here. Exhale, melting shoulders down. Again, this time we'll grab hold of our block. We'll take a deep inhale here. Exhale, lift pelvis up towards the ceiling. We'll take that block, take it to its lowest setting, place it underneath the sacrum, and then rest the pelvis down onto that block for a little restorative bridge. Now, if you're happy here, please feel free to stay right here. Or if you want more of a back bend, slowly go ahead and extend that right leg out and then the left. Still coming back to that breath, noticing any tension that may be going on in the body. Let it go with that next exhale. Even let the hands off to the side, palms facing out. If you extended the legs out, slowly go ahead. Take one leg back and then the other leg bent, both soles of the feet onto the mat. We'll take a deep inhale here. And then on your next breath, slowly go ahead, let the pelvis rise back up. Let's take the block out from underneath, just place it off to the side. And then exhale, go ahead and lower down one vertebra at a time, again, with control. Good. Once the pelvis is on the mat, deep inhale here. Exhale. And now this is for the people who are trying to be a little bit more active in this warmer weather, walking a little bit more, biking a little bit more. We'll go ahead and bend that left leg into the chest. Feel free to hug it in. And if you like, you could roll out that left ankle, maybe point and flex. If you're rolling it out, go the other way. See how much brain power goes into actually going the opposite way here. Good. All right, meet me right in the center. We'll take a deep inhale here. On that exhale, extend that left leg up like you're stamping the ceiling. If it's accessible, you can hug underneath that left thigh. Again, only if it's accessible. And feel free to take that left leg closer to the upper body, stretching the backs of the legs without really overextending it. Invite a little bit of a bend in this leg, yeah? And if you are hugging it in a little bit more, feel free to add some movement to the feet as well. See how that feels? And if you are hugging it in, even with this hug in, the thigh closer to the belly, let's see if you can bend that left leg and then go ahead and straighten. Inhale again as you bend, and then exhale as you straighten. Let the feet relax here. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling, and then exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, and then exhale. And then with control, go ahead and let go of that leg. Place the arms out to the side, palms facing out. And again, with control, slowly using that breath, like watching paint dry, go ahead and take that left leg down. Straight leg, keep it nice and straight. Once you're about 15 degrees away from that mat or floor, we'll hold it there for a breath. And then when you're ready, go ahead and let that go. Rebend that left leg so the soles of the feet are onto the mat. Give me a couple windshield wipers from right to left. And if you haven't already, go ahead and take your gaze opposite way your knees are going. Once you are center, we'll stay right there. Deep inhale here. On your next breath, go ahead and hug that right knee into the chest. Roll out the ankle, point and flex. Take what you need here. And if you're rolling, let's go the opposite way. Good. Deep inhale here, and then exhale. Go ahead and extend that right leg up. And then hug underneath that right thigh. Hug it closer to the body. And just really feel out this stretch on the opposite leg. If you want a little movement to that foot as well, you can go ahead and take it. Good. Keeping the leg where it is. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, go ahead and bend that right leg, maybe even hugging that thigh in a little bit closer to that body. And then exhale, straighten. Good. Inhaling again as you bend that leg. And then exhale. 2 more times here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. And let's do it 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. This time, keeping the leg where it is. Let's let go of that hug. Place the arms down to the sides of the body, palms facing up with control on your next breath. Slowly let that leg down towards the floor. And once it's about 15 or so degrees off of that mat or floor, let's hold it there for a breath. And then exhale, go ahead, let it relax down onto the mat. Let's straighten that left leg out. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale as you let the body melt down into the mat, the floor. Good. 2 more breaths, just like this. Deep inhale here. Exhale. One more time. Deep inhale here. And exhale, stay exactly where you are. We're going to move into legs up the wall. Feel free if you're close to a wall or if you want to take it to an actual wall, go ahead and take your legs up to the wall. In studio, another option here is to bend both legs and then place a block underneath, just like as we did in that last pose, resting that pelvis onto that block, and then slowly lifting one leg up and then lifting the other leg up. Again, you can also do this without the blocks or a blanket underneath your lower back as well. And just kind of letting the blood flow back into the heart. We'll stay here for a good 3 more breaths. Notice if you're holding any tension. Let it go on your next exhale. Good. One more breath here. When you're ready, slowly go ahead and bend both legs so that the soles of the feet are on to the mat. If there is a block underneath the sacrum, go ahead and lift the pelvis, take the block out, and then roll down one vertebra at a time. Good. You may still have your blocks close by, I hope. Because when you're ready, we'll go ahead and take the knees off to the side, soles of the feet together. Option to place those blocks underneath the knees for a little support. Supta Baddha Konasana. Letting the arms out, palms facing up. Bringing the awareness back into the space. Let's take 3 more breaths here. When we're ready, we're going to take that right knee, bring it to center, and then on the exhale, take it on top of that right knee for a twist. If there's a block underneath that right knee, feel free to keep it there. Or if you want that deeper twist, you can take off that block, trying to get the knees a little bit closer to the ground if you'd like. And feel free to open up the arms, opening up the heart. With each exhale, think about melting that left shoulder down, gazing over that left shoulder if it feels good. Deep inhale here. And then on your next breath, let's unwind this twist, bringing everything to center. Knees, gaze, maybe even hips if you move the hips over. And then on the exhale, take both knees over to the left. Feel free to place a block underneath that left knee. Softly gazing over your right shoulder. Deep inhale here. And on your next breath, slowly unwind the twist, bringing everything to center. Knees towards the ceiling, hips towards the center, gaze center. And let's hug both knees into the chest. Feel free to lift your head up, maybe even swaying from side to side. If your head is lifted, go ahead and lower it down. Keep the knees up. Let's grasp the soles of both of our feet. Take the knees towards our armpit for our happy baby. You can sway from side to side as you straighten one leg and another. Whenever you're center, hug both knees into the chest again. Option to lift that head one more time. And then on the exhale, stretch the arms up over the head, stretch the legs out, opposite way, big, big, big stretch. And then on the exhale, let everything melt down on to the mat, the floor. Good. Deep inhale here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and make your way into your favorite shape before your Shavasana. If there's any props I can get for you, if you'd like me to cover you in a blanket, give me a wave. I shall be there. If you're at home, feel free to make your room a little bit darker. If you have an eye pillow or a blanket to place over your eyes, go ahead and do so. In the stillness of breath, I find balance. In the balance, I find peace. If your body would like to stay in Shavasana, I invite you to do so. But if you are ready to move, go ahead, invite small movements to the body by wiggling the toes and the fingers. And only if you're ready to be seated, roll on to one side of the body first and use your arms to slowly push you in a seated position. But in whatever shape you're in, even if you're still in Shavasana, go ahead and place your hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer position, bow your head, giving gratitude to yourself for being able to practice. And I give gratitude to every single one of you who came in this morning to practice with me.